Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. The topic for today you can see on the screen, that is going to be relational database versus non-relational database. Okay, so now without wasting your time, let's move forward. So number one, see, relational database is something which we are going to cover here. As the name also says, so let's talk about it. Let me write. So in relational database, how things works, basically this is a structured database where you have the data in a defined structure format, which is a table. So as you usually see the tables, so table have column names and observations. So let's say I create one table. So there are some columns. The column name is name, age, salary. So now this table is stored in a relational database. And what are relational database? Some of the examples are like DB2, Oracle database, or Netezza. So these three are very popular relational databases. Why they are called relational databases? Because all these tables, this is just one table. So this kind of so many tables are structured with structured format stored inside a database. How this will look like say this table. Then this table is associated with one more table where you have, let's say, name, then school name, and then father name. So now on the basis of this name, this is the column which is common in both the tables. You can see name. So on the basis of this name column, you can find out that what is the age of that person, what is the salary. Very clear, right? Also you can find out which school that person is going to and what is the name of the father. So this kind of structure. Now one more table is associated with this. Let's say in this table you have name, address, two things only. So now with the use of this table, you can find the address of that person. So this kind of structure where three tables are properly relationally associated with each other, this whole database, if I make a draw here, this whole database, when I accumulate it together, is known as a relational database. To handle a relational database, you have a query language which we are going to cover in this course, that is SQL. That's why it's known as structured query language. That is number one. Now let's talk about what is non-structured or non-relational database. For that, let's understand that. Let me first write the name. So this is your non-relational database. Now how I will define this one. So unlike the previous one, which is relational database, in non-relational database, you don't have a structure. So basically it is not a structured database. It is moreover very flexible in terms of type of input it is taking. In the relational database, all the inputs were in the form of tables, column and rows. Okay. These are your columns like name, address, age, and these are the observations. These are your columns. Now similarly here, it's very flexible. As I said, it does not have a defined structure. So the file can be in any format, like some file format I'm mentioning, like if you are receiving a file in the JSON format. So JSON is a type of format, guys. Who don't know about this, just understand that JSON is a type of format which is non-structured. Again, here you have key value pair, like you have a key and the value. Let's say example would be, let's say name. Name is a key and value can be Rajat. So this is second type of input which can accommodate the non-relational database. Then you have graphs. So all these type of non-structured inputs are used by this non-relational database. Also, obviously, you will ask that, Rajat, how to define this in terms of diagram. Let's say if I want to understand how this looks like, okay. So let's say you have a folder structure in your system. Let's say you go inside a folder. Inside one folder, there are two folders. Inside, okay, let me take a real life example. Let's say this is a movie. So you have a movie folder. Inside a movie folder, you have Bollywood movies and then Hollywood movie. Inside a Hollywood movie, you have action movie or romantic movies. In action also you segregated. For example, you said you have Tom Cruise movie or Brad Pitt movie. So whole this is structured is a type of non-relational database. Now in terms of graph, so this was one. Then you have a graph, let's say, who has a structure like this. So this is a graph database. Again, all of these nodes are able to transfer the data within. So that's why it's known as a kind of a non-relational database, but this does not have a defined structure. Okay. So that is also very important thing to remember. Now let me quickly tell you the major differences in some bullet points. So on the one side, we have relational databases. On the other side, we have non-relational databases. So relational databases, number one, as I said, these are structure. These are structured in nature. These non-relational one, I would say these are flexible, not just structured. And you guys know the difference between this now. Okay. Now schema. What is a schema? Schema is the structure of the table. So that is fixed here. As I showed you in example, here it's again dynamic in nature. Or you can say it's not fixed or dynamic, anything you want to use, you can do that. Now scalability. Let's say when you want to increase the data. So relational database will be scaled on a vertical. Sorry about the spelling, guys. In a vertical manner. So on a vertical level, you'll put the data. And in non-relational database, you'll do the scaling on the basis of horizontal. So this is known as horizontal scaling. Like when you are increasing the data will go in the horizontal manner. Now, one more important thing. This is very important. ACID. I'll tell you the full form of this in a while. In non-relational databases, again, ACID is mostly no. Now, obviously, the first question will come, what is the meaning of ACID? ACID is a formula of, it has a basically full form. So, in a relational database, you always can define a relational database on the basis of these four alphabets, which are A, C, I, D, like atomicity, consistency. What is atomicity? I think this is self-explanatory. You know the meaning of this word, atomic structure. Then consistency. Okay, consistency, we know that data will be consistent in structure. Then you have isolation and durability. Let me write also. Durability, isolation. I stands for isolation. A stands for atomicity, C stands for consistency. So all these four quality are follow in relational databases. In the non-relational databases, this is not strictly followed. Now, in relational databases, we are going to use SQL. That's what the whole course is about. We are going to learn SQL. Now, in this, you can implement using NoSQL. Because this is a NoSQL database. So that is a separate thing. There are so many different technology you use to handle this kind of data. You can use various technology, which we are not going to cover in this course, but you just understand the difference. Okay. So this is all about relational database. This is all about non-relational database. So in this video, that was the end objective, to understand the difference between both of this. Now also, I hope you have understood the concept of SQL in terms of how the structure basically working in a relational database. That was a major thing. That was the number one thing which I focused in this video. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, please make sure that you're sharing this video with your friends, your colleagues, so that they can also learn. And I also feel more motivated when I get so many people supporting me, asking me question. So thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys.